Hey Flower Tribe, it's Kelly Lehman from Cranberry Fields Flower Farm, and today I want to tell you how to keep your Christmas tree looking fresher longer. And I'm also going to show you some great tips on how to pick out a terrific tree for your own home. So guys, when you're looking to pick out the perfect Christmas tree for your home, you want to make sure that the leaves and needles are nice and green, they're not dried out. This is like a really beautiful green color, but you can take a look sometimes inside the tree a little bit more, and you'll see that this one has a little bit of browning. So a little bit of browning is okay, but you want to make sure that the bulk of the leaves that are inside your Christmas tree don't look like this. That means that your tree is already semi-dried out, and it's just going to dry out super fast once you get it in the house. So here I am at a Christmas tree farm, and whenever Sheldon and I and the kids would go looking for our Christmas trees, we would make sure that, we kind of walked around the tree first, because a lot of times trees look really good from one side, but if you're in a hurry and you just choose one of the first trees that you see, a lot of times they're going to wind up having either like some bald spots, or they're going to be missing branches, or like the bottoms of them are going to be all chewed up like this guy over here. So you want to make sure that, you really walk around the tree once or twice to make sure that you don't have, major gaps, and that it doesn't look like it's pretty, like dried out. You want to get a healthy, lush one that looks like, it's not going to dry out within a couple days. And then you're going to wind up using like a saw, and you're going to wind up giving it a fresh cut on the bottom of the base. And it's really important that when you're done picking out your tree, that you make sure that you find the people that are there. They're going to wind up putting netting around your Christmas tree, and that's important because as you're traveling with your tree, you want to make sure that that netting stays put, because you don't want the branches to start snapping off in transit. And then this is really important: when you get to your home, don't cut the netting off before you go inside the house. I know we've done that before, because what happens is it's really hard to put a tree up in a Christmas tree stand that doesn't have the netting around it kind of keeping everything together. So keep that netting on. Make sure that you have like the tree stand all ready to go with some fresh water in it. And then as soon as you get your tree home, give it an additional trim, like about an inch off the bottom, because you want to give it a fresh cut. Because when it was in transit from the Christmas tree farm to your home, some of the bottom of the trunk, it might have started kind of like scabbing over, and then it's going to make it more difficult for that tree to absorb the water. So give it a fresh cut as soon as you get home, bring it inside, put it in that water in the tree stand, and then cut off the netting. And then just make sure that you don't have it near a heat duct or any kind of a heat source. Some people I know like to actually put a humidifier in the Christmas tree room if they know that they have like a lot of heat in that room. It's not necessary, but it might keep it fresher longer. I know other people like to add like an aspirin to the water. Some people like to add some sugar. I usually just did the plain tap water, and my trees were fine. But some people like to give it like a sugar source to kind of feed the tree more. I've read that some people think it keeps it fresher longer. I don't know that it's necessary, but you could try it out. It's up to you. And make sure that you add fresh water like at least every other day. Check it. You want to make sure that that water does not run out, because once the bottom of that tree trunk dries out, you're going to have to recut it to let it absorb the water, and you don't want to have to recut a tree that's already been decorated. So I wanted to show you one of my Christmas trees, what it looked like when my kids were little. That was one of our fresh trees. And of course we had all the Christmas toys in one room, and they chose my laundry basket and this big giant box to play in instead. So keep that in mind too, guys. With those of you that have younger kids, hold on to those giant boxes, because they usually make the best gifts to play in. Please say hi to us over on our Cranberry Fields Instagram page, and please join us on our Kelly Lehman's Flower Tribe Facebook group, because there's gardeners from all over the world, and they're posting pictures of their own beautiful flowers, and they're asking and answering tons of garden questions over there. And I will see you in the next video.